Zack Snyder's Justice League is upon us on Comic Book Canon. That is right. Now that WandaVision has ended, our focus is kind of on the DCEU and Zack Snyder's release of his cut of the Justice League. So that is really exciting to hear. We got a lot of DCEU news, but before we get into any news, we're going to bring in my partner in crime, Christopher. Chris, how are you doing, buddy?
What's up? Happy Friday.
It's canon time. People are taking your expression, canon time, and running with it. I'm loving it. At the canon. I'm cool with that. We're cool with that nickname if you guys want to call us that. That is just fine with us. So Chris, we got a big show today. Big week. And we got a great guest. We got Ian from Team Nerd Herd, a.k.a. Hood Rat Comics. You guys have definitely seen and heard him before if you guys have been in this YouTube ecosystem of content creators that love our hobby of this comic book. So again, it's Friday. It's comic book canon time. We're happy that you are here. There are a few things we need to get to before we get into the news. Right, Chris?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So basically, you guys know we're really close to 500. Once we get to the 500 sub mark, we are shutting this thing down, and we are going to have that contest giveaway that we've been talking about. That's right. Look at that wonderful picture of me with my thumbs up, and I'm super excited about the 500 sub giveaway. That is right. Guys, we have some amazing, amazing people in this audience that really contributed to this. Dan De La Torre has contributed a Defenders number 10. It's an Avengers versus Defenders storyline. This is a classic Silver Age book. I believe it's an 8.5 slab. We also have mycomicshop.com $100 gift certificate from our good friend Joe G. And Chris and I are going to have a variety of grab bags to give. Mine's a little spec grab bag, and I'm going to share the books with you guys right now. You got The High Republic Adventures number 1. That's right. Just came out. You have, this is the second series, but Young Avengers, it's going to be hot, guys. We know it's going to be hot. Kate Bishop is going to be bringing this team through. Young Avengers number 1. Nova number 1. Sam Ryder. He's coming, guys. I tell you, he's coming. And finally, Riri Williams. So this is a little spec grab bag here. This is Invincible Iron Man number 1, the J. Scott Campbell Midtown variant. I'm loving this cover, and it's going to be somebody's pretty soon. But here's the deal. The instructions are down below. There's a link down below. Click on it. All you need to know is there, but you got to sub us up. I think you have to sub journals, right? This is pathetic. I don't know the directions. But yeah, anyways, that's basically what you got to do. Chris, how was your week? Are you ready to start the canon?
Man, it was odd. Week got to me, but hey, once the cannon gets loaded, we're ready to blast off, man.
That was an inopportune time to take a swig of that beer. But yes, let's blast off, shall we? Shall we? Because we got some DCEU news. It's actually dominating our news cycle for this week. So basically, guys, we all know that Zack Snyder's Justice League is upon us. We're less than a week away. It's the 18th, Thursday 18th, the 4-hour Zack Snyder Justice League cut. I'm excited. Chris is excited. I hope you guys are too. We never want to see DCEU fail. We want to see them move the needle. And it's nice to see that a piece of Zack Snyder's film is going to be moving forward. That's right. Kiersey Clemons is back. She's recast in The Flash. As some of you may already know, Kiersey portrayed the intrepid reporter Iris West in Justice League, but her role was cut by director Zack Snyder back in 2017 before he turned the film over to Joss Whedon. We'll get to that in a little second here. Now Snyder added her character back in recently for his upcoming cut of Justice League, as you can see from this image right here. So what does this mean, guys? What does this mean for the DCEU and The Flash? We have a lot of things going on with The Flash, with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. Ben Affleck will be there, will be joining in some capacity as Batman. It's a lot of crazy multiverse type things. How excited are you? I'll tell you what, I'm excited because I feel like there's a piece of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Gosh, I'm messing up. There's a piece of Zack Snyder's Justice League that will be continuing on in the DCEU. So does this mean that we're going to see a lot, we're going to see Zack Snyder's vision continue on through the DCEU, Chris? What are your thoughts?
Well, Jeff, I don't mean to spoil your excitement there, but I don't know. I really have almost no feeling towards this because, like you said, I don't think this is necessarily going to go anywhere simply because of the fact, which leads us into our next segment in what the future of Zack Snyder's vision means within the DCEU, especially coming off of Justice League. With Zack Snyder this week admitting that his version basically is under the foot of Josh Whedon's Justice League cut, meaning Josh Whedon's Justice League cut is still DCEU canon. So Jeff and I, we talked about the confusing elements of the stuff that we've been getting fed from Warner Brothers, from DC, on what the future is going to look like for the live action properties under Warner Brother and for the DCEU themselves. And this statement by Zack Snyder just seems to convolute that even more. So I'm going to dive into this because in this recent interview, when Snyder was asked about the entirety of the connected universe DCEU, that it surprised me, and I'm sure it's surprising you, on how he responded. And let me quote this statement from Zack Snyder. Quote, "It's interesting, sort of in the DCEU or whatever it's become, that trilogy comprised of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, sort of insinuates itself in some ways. It becomes like its own thing now, and it doesn't really rely on, and I famously said, and it's true, this is not saying anything, this isn't controversial, but Warner Brothers is it that this film, my Justice League, it's not canon, right?" Are you following along yet? Continuing on, he goes on to state, for Warner Brothers, it's the Josh Whedon version of Justice League, right? That's in their mind. That's canon. And what I'm doing is not. Everything is not. So it's just an interesting, that relationship, end quote. He finished by saying this, though. And I'm fine with it because I feel like the only way that I could have made this film with autonomy was because of that, because of me admitting and agreeing to the fact that it is not canon. Okay, first off, we got to focus on the only thing that made sense to me was that last sentence. And I do have one more sentence of his quote to share with you all. But before I do that, Jeff, I don't know about you, but that was a mess of, I don't even know what was falling out of his lips.
It epitomizes what we talk about each and every week, that DC doesn't have their shit together, okay? Everybody's speaking different things at different parts, but here's the deal. We as the fans speak, right? Money speaks. And AT&T knows that because they are a business and they run Warner Brothers. Granted, they don't know how to run Warner Brothers that owns DC Comics. They don't understand that aspect other than the IP, the properties. They need to get their shit together. They need to get on the same page here with everything. Now, they're saying, I guess, from this Zack Snyder quote that Joss Whedon's, his version is canon, but Hamada can come out tomorrow and say the completely different thing. And that's what's been happening with all of the execs, all of the directors, and all of the talent that are involved in these things. There's so many changes, so many mismatches, so many things that there's no plan. There is absolutely no plan. It frustrates the hell out of me. I want to see them get their shit together because I love these characters just as much as the rest of all you all, but they have not proven themselves. I hope beyond all hope that Zack Snyder's version of the Justice League kind of puts everything back on track. People are in love with it, and they're going to use that as canon and move on. Because again, they just cast a piece of the Justice League in the Flash, right? This Iris West character. So let's just hope that it kind of becomes the glue and moves things forward. That's a big hope because they haven't proven themselves at all in any case. And I'll be honest, Batman vs Superman sucked, and that was Zack Snyder's vision. Man of Steel, I thought was really good. So we'll see. I don't know, Chris. I'm going off on a rant. I'm sorry.
It's all right. The one thing that I take from this quote is that I really feel that Snyder was not. He was trying to be respectful of all parties involved, and just got tongue tied in how to express himself. That's how I take it. I think that he just was put on the spot and didn't want to say exactly how he felt. And basically, it would be what you just said. It's like, this is a complete mess. And I just did what I did because I was allowed to, and I really don't care anymore about this freaking thing called a DCEU. He did end by saying this, and this makes a little bit more sense. He says, the grander, greater concept of the DCEU is on another road, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way it is. It's not my decision. So I think that that whole big old like mouth vomit, I think he summed it up right there. Boom. That's basically what. And on the flip side of what he was trying to say, I think it allowed him to go into the Snyder Cut without limitations. So I think that's a good thing because he was able to not pigeonhole the direction in any way. But on the flip side of that, there's the thing. What direction? We don't have any direction. So my thing is this. Let Zack Snyder do his thing, which they seem to have, or we're going to find that out next week. And then let it all die. And DC just better get on the proper path moving forward. Because if they don't, because I said from the beginning, I don't think Snyder is the one that should be like, his vision shouldn't be the be all, see all DCEU. So for DC to say, we want to go in another direction, that's fine. But to your point, Jeff, we just don't know what that direction is whatsoever.
Yeah. Again, he's not Kevin Feige. Zack Snyder's a talented director. He's definitely proven himself. He's had some hits, he's had some bombs, but he's not a Kevin Feige, and that's what they absolutely need. I'm going to leave the last word to Como Comics. Hot take. I'll be glad when it comes out so we don't have to talk about it anymore. Very fair. I'm kind of there with you too. I just hope it does well. Us as comic book fans, we want to see these things succeed. They continue to pump out amazing content. All right, but speaking of amazing content, we actually have some MCU news. That is right. Guys, Chris and I talk about this. I think we use this expression every week for the past 6 months. The floodgates are now opening, everybody. The floodgates are now opening because we have a Moon Knight and She-Hulk update. That is right. Moon Knight and She-Hulk are right around the corner, people. Kevin Feige announced this week that both Moon Knight and She-Hulk will begin filming in the coming weeks. She-Hulk will begin production first, with Moon Knight following shortly after. Kevin Feige said on March 19th, as you know, the Falcon and Winter Soldier will be debuting June 11th. No, that's wrong. March 19th, actually. Why don't I? I'm sorry. On March 19th, as you know, the Falcon and Winter Soldier will be debuting. June 11th will be the debut date for Loki, of course. Soon after that, we will have our first animated series, which is What If. We are finishing up Ms. Marvel, and we're also shooting Hawkeye currently. In a few weeks, we start She-Hulk, and a week or so after that, we start Moon Knight, in addition to our features. All right, guys, so She-Hulk's going to have Mark Ruffalo. He'll be reprising his role as Bruce Banner. Hopefully we'll see the Hulk or Professor Hulk. Who knows? And also Tim Roth, guys. The Abomination will be reprising his role as well from 2008's Incredible Hulk. Edward Norton was starring in that. Now, Moon Knight, he's going to be played by Oscar Isaacs, and the antagonist is going to be Ethan Hawke. That's all we know right now. And both series, it seems like they're going to be set sometime in early 2022. So, guys, here's the deal. This is the fast. The floodgates are opening. We all know this. We all know that Hawkeye and Ms. Marvel are shooting right now, okay? Next week debuts Falcon and the Winter Soldier, guys. That leads us right into Black Widow on May 7th. Then, June 11th, we have Loki for 6 episodes. Following that, there's no release date, but following directly after Loki will be What If, the animated series. That is just incredible news. Like, guys, the floodgates are opening because on top of all of these series this year, that's what? WandaVision was 4 Disney Plus series. On top of that, we're going to have 4 feature films because not only does Black Widow open up, but Shang-Chi, The Eternals, and Spider-Man 3 all within this year, guys. Try and keep up because literally back in 2008, we were so pumped that Iron Man was coming out. Maybe they'd have an MCU movie once a year. Floodgates are opening. It's an incredible time to be alive as a fan. Chris, I mean, take that and run with it.
I'm on a constant high That's how I can describe it. I've said this before. It's like when we were watching WandaVision, I said, okay, after I watched the episode, just let me ram my head into a wall really hard. So I just concuss myself and pass out until the next Friday, and I'm good. It's like, this is crazy. It really is. Oh, and by the way, I watched every episode of WandaVision at least twice, sometimes 3 times. And it's just, it's so good. It's so much of such goodness. And here's the thing. There's that saying, even too much of something good come bad. Ain't happened yet with the MCU. It has not happened yet with the MCU. Feeding it down our throat, and we're going to keep consuming it because so far, Tony, man, I just had this conversation with my son the other day, and he even agrees at 15 and a half years old, MCU movie was still a good movie to watch and be entertained by.
Yep. I mean, Primetime Treasure Hunter has it right. This is the best time ever to be selling comic books because this affects the market as well. But we also like participating in this. WandaVision was an event every week. Guys, again, it's just going to be a crazy year. Chris and we're super psyched that we're just getting into it right now. But that is the news for this week. Short week, quality week, but not much news. But you know what? Quality over quantity is great any time of the day. Speaking of quality, guys, we have an amazing guest here. He is from Team Nerd Herd. His name is Ian, or you know him better as Hood Rat Comics. He is joining us today on Comic Book Canon, and we are so happy to have him as our guest co-host. So, moving forward, everybody, the show is his just as much as it is ours. Ian, how are you, buddy?
Ian. What's up, guys, man? Thanks for the invite, man. I really appreciate it. I'm honored to be here.
We're honored to have you here, guys. They do incredible things at Team Nerd Herd. We're going to get into that in a second. But before we do, Ian, before we actually close out the news officially, we want to hear your thoughts on all of this content coming out, your reaction, whether it be, Justice League or the onslaught of Marvel content we have coming our way.
I mean, for Justice League, man, I just can't wait to go watch a whole Morrissey video. It seems like, man, it's just gonna be one big Morrissey video. If you feel me, bro, I just heard the music in the slow motion, the black and white. I'm like, yo, man, let's just put on Every Day's a Sunday now. Let's go. So
you're officially the first guest that has brought Morrissey into the conversation. Yep. Some people may like that, a lot won't. That's all I'll say.
I know, man. I just we talk about I talk about the guys on the show, man. It's like, do I want to waste 4 hours on my life? But I'm gonna give it a half an hour, man. I'm gonna give it a half an hour, and if I'm still stuck on it, then I'll keep watching. If I can make it past an hour and a half, I'll go the whole way. I'll go the whole way, man. But I need some incentive, man, because I'm 42, bro. I don't got much time left, so I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say that. Come on. You are young at heart. And by the way, you're getting a shout out from Dan De La Torre. I love the Oakland hat. That's my hometown.
Me too, bro. Right here. The town homie right here.
So good friend. And Simply Chucks. What an incredible compliment to you. I love that you guys feature such awesome peeps here on your show Friday night. We love it too. Again, Ian, thank you so much for being here. But let's get into you and Team Nerd Herd. How about it?
Yeah, man, let's go.
So, again, hey, guys, by the way, click and subscribe to Team Nerd Herd. They are below. The link is below. It's so easy to do. Just click and subscribe. But how did Team Nerd Herd get started? It's a collective of you guys.
No, bro, we've known each other for almost a decade, some of us. We first met in 2011 or 2012 Comic-Con. He's right here in the chat, man. And my homie Steve, man, hip hop's in me, man. We first met at Comic-Con, I think maybe 2013, I think, and we've been friends ever since. Alonzo, Comics and Pops, man. I met him and I met a bunch of other guys from the OC when we were in line for a Stan Lee signing, I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And JR, met him back in Comic-Con. And so we all just kind of met at San Diego Comic-Con. And our whole thing is we always want to be first in line, man. That's just our whole big thing that we kind of work towards the whole year. And we couldn't see each other, man. So we decided to start this podcast because I think one day we all ordered like a box from like what is it called? Torpedo Comics, right? And we were all just like, hey, let's go on Zoom and open this box up. And I was like, why don't we just tape it and throw it on YouTube and see what happens? And then here we are a year later, man, you know, like doing these shows, you know what I'm saying? And meeting great people, you know what I'm saying? Like meeting you guys and meeting like our homies over at Spinetick, Sith and Azores, like brothers and, you know, Jay over at No Good Comics. And meeting Butch last night, bro, like that was the bomb, man. Like it was just, we meet all these people through, you know, this whole little digital wave we're in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you guys have only been doing this for a year. I mean, you guys have like 750 subs, and you guys have a fun time. It's just hanging out, talking about the thing that we love, you know? Many things that we love, you know, because sometimes we delve into other things. We talk about sports and a variety of other things as well. But it's been an amazing ride for us too. We're approaching a year in May, Chris and I, and it's been a blast. It absolutely has been a blast. But getting back to Team Nerd Herd, you guys have a motto. That motto is, if you want to do it right, collect what you like. Yep. And that's what we do, man. Like we all have different things we like to collect, man. Like I like to collect stocks, you know, and Alonzo likes to collect cards, and Jar likes to collect like love, you know. I don't know, you know, like and you know, and then we got Steve, man. He's our MC. He's the hip hop maestro, man. And then we have Nick, bro. Nick is just like the super smart like dude, man, behind the lines doing his thing. And then we got Rob who just loves collecting Christmas lights, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like no, I don't know what you're saying. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, so Chris, so Rob, he has a room, man. It's the Grail room, right? If you ever walk in his room, bro, like I walk in that room, it's like stacked toys. And then in the back of his screen are just Christmas lights, right? So he's just the Christmas guy, man. Every time my kid watches us while we're on TV, he goes, Santa Claus, and points to Rob, man. You know, so you know, but we all, I mean, we've known each other, you know, for a while, man. We love each other, and we're a big family. And it's just not us, man. There's like 50 of us, bro. Like, we all met at Comic-Con, man. Like, you know, it's just cool, you know. So
I love watching you and Spinetick, like Sith Lordly, like. You guys put on a show all the time. Granted, I'm on the East Coast, so it's a little bit hard for me to stay up, especially those Spinetick marathons. Yeah. But I love you guys. Like I love watching you guys. And again, there's some laugh out loud moments, you know, and that's what we need these days. And you know, things seem to be getting better. But again, I think this digital kind of frontier that we're all in, that we've all explored in the past year. Has been something we have all needed because we can't be there physically with each other. And it's been really important. And for me personally, I'm grateful, and I'm getting that same vibe from you.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, you could look at COVID in a bunch of different ways, man. But, like, I think, you know, there's a lot more positives than negatives, man. I got to spend time with my kid, you know, like, you know, that I wouldn't have, man. I got to watch him grow like a foot, you know, like in person. Not like, you know, 8 hours, you know, 8 hours away and then 4 hours with him, and then he has to go to bed. Right? I was with him, and then I got to hang out with my buddies, and I got to meet you guys, and I got to meet, you know, all these amazing people in the community, man. It's been an awesome time, you know. So,
well said. But actually, getting more back into you, like, you know, you've had a long journey. It seems like, I guess, with comic books and collecting and things. What got you into comic books?
Man, I've dabbled in and out of comics for a while, man, since I was a kid. Like, I grew up half time in Hawaii, and we used to go to this laundromat, and there was a comic book next door, and my mom would give us like $5 each to go buy comics when they were $1.99, and you could buy 5, bro. So my brother would pick up Ninja Turtles. Like my brother picked up the early Ninja Turtles, like the early stuff, you know, like the early, like some of the black and white stuff. I don't even know. I think it's in our house over there. And I used to read the Nam, and then I would read a couple Captain America. But I think I really got back into it, man. Like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, man. Like Alonzo and you know, OC Rob, these guys in our crew, like chasing them around cons and chasing them, like getting autographs. I was just like, Alonzo, man, tell me more, bro. What do I need to do? And Alonzo took me in, man, and showed me the ropes. Big Rock showed me the ropes, and JR, and ever since then, we just been doing the comic book thing, man. You know, so
I got to ask, what island in Hawaii?
Big Island, man. I grew up in the country. Okay. I lived in the country, man, in a small little town called Nalehu, man, on the south point of the island. If you ever been to the Big Island, it's a place where you jump off the cliffs into the ocean. That's the South Point, man. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to Oahu and Maui. I went to a little shop in Maui in I think it was 97. I remember going in there and getting some what they were like the Prism baseball cards that where you moved them and they went like this. And I remember getting a couple comics off the rack, man.
Yo, awesome. Man, you need all the cats I grew up in Hawaii, we grew up in a small town, bro, but they collected, man. They collected comics, they collected cards. I remember this elder, man. He was like, he's an elder, he was like 25. But he had Jordan rookies, man. I remember looking at. We used to even go to church and at our church we'd have like a small little like card convention there, bro. Just a bunch of cats just bring their cards in. And we had a little like sports card convention, like when Upper Deck was a thing, and and all that stuff, like in the late 80s, early 90s, man. It was a great time, bro. Like people collect out there, man. It's serious,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice to know that you had a community there. We've all kind of had peaks and valleys in our collecting career. I've been out of it for a few years, and during my time as a collector as well. And but we do kind of accrue this collection too, right? And you don't once you're in, even if you're not actively pursuing it, right? So I got to ask this of you, and this is going to be a tough question. I don't even know if you're going to be able to answer it because I wouldn't be able to answer it. That's why I know it's a tough question. If you had to pick one of your collectibles that you never let go of, everything else had to go except for one, what would it be?
Oh man, it has to be my Silver Surfer Black #2 I got at Comic-Con in 2019, man. It was a 1 out of 25. It's a sketch cover of. If I had it out here, I'd bring it up because I don't want to keep it out and display in the sun because it means the world to me, man. Because it was given to me, man, by the guy that runs Marvel, man. He just went out of nowhere came out of nowhere and says, "Hey, man, this is for you. This is for our true believers." I was like, "For reals?" He was like, "Yeah, man, you're here at the booth like every day of Comic-Con." I'm like, "Yeah, man, I come here between 3 and 5, and I just like to hang out for the giveaway." If you ever go to San Diego Comic-Con, I'm gonna give you my secrets, man. You go to the Marvel booth between 5 and 6, man, it's giveaway hour, and they just give away everything, bro. They're giving you away like 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s, and no one wants the comics. Everybody wants the Infinity Glove, bro. I'm just there grabbing all the comics.
Wow.
So they all know me, the ladies, bro, like that want to grab all the nice toys. So they used to put like Ian just wants the comics on a board, and they would just like give it to Ian, So yeah, and then I just used CB was the one that gave it to me, man, and yeah, it was dope that he did that, man. I was like, damn, man, thanks, bro. Like, I didn't know what it was, man. I had to ask Alonzo, and Alonzo was like, I've never seen it. And Alonzo did his research, man. He was like, bro, that's a ghost, man. You don't. And Alonzo's, but I'll buy it from you. I was like, I think I'm gonna keep it, man. I'll let you know, bro. So
right.
And then Big Rob said, bro, I found the article, and I was like, damn, and they talked about it, and it was a 1 in 25, man. It's a dope book, bro. I mean, I was honored, man, by CB that he gave it to me.
That's an incredible story, especially that literally they recognize you for your fandom right there, and just to be able to get a 1 in 25 is insane.
It is, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm the only guy that gets a comic books from the Marvel booth during giveaway hour. Like they'll splash like virgins all over the table, and no one wants them, man. I'm just there.
That's
Does
crazy.
anybody want it? I'll just take them all, bro. And I'd walk out with like a stack like this, bro. Of books.
So Ian,
Yeah.
are you more Marvel or DC, or do you swing both ways on them, or how's that looking, especially in terms of like what you're buying and spending money on?
I cruise, man. I cruise either way, bro. I'm a hood rat, bro. I'm a hoe for everything, what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of how I got my name from, from friends back in the town, and they was like, bro, you just too much you didn't too much, bro. You just a hoe of everything. You a hood rat, so yeah, man. I mean, it's funny because on our show, like Steve will bring something up and he's really into indies, and I'll read it and I'll get into indies. And then JR brought me into the Daredevil land, you know, JR and No Good. And then you got, you got our spec master, Alonzo, man, who's always bring up these spec books, and I get into them. So like, I get as much from our show as everybody else does, man, because I'm like, yo, I didn't even know about that. Yo. And then Alonzo puts together all the slides and he'll put up covers of the week. I'll be like, yo, look at that cover. I didn't even know. And me and Steve would be like, dude, I never seen that cover, but I'm gonna go online and get it right now. You know, so, you know.
You guys want to know? So I did a poll on my channel recently. And I think over like 500 people entered. And I asked, what do you have most of in your collection? Marvel, DC, indie, whatnot. You guys want to take a guess on percentage between the big two?
I'll tell you right now, though. I have 5 long boxes of Marvel, and I have 3 boxes of DC and indies all wrapped up. So I'm a Marvel guy. So I'll be real. Yep.
So 73%.
What was it?
73% Marvel.
Oh,
out of all those boxes, 73%.
That's insane.
Crazy.
That's higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
me too.
That's incredible.
Hey man, it's the MCU, bro. The MCU all got us back in, man. Like we were out the rabbit hole, bro. Like, oh damn, man. Like I got my long boxes down to like 2. Like I'm good, you know. And then the MCU started popping. Now we all have like 10 freaking long boxes, you know. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Chris and I are diehard Spider-Man fans. That's the character I just immediately, probably when I was 3, just kind of gravitated towards, and that was it. Like for me, and that's obviously opened other doors to other books, but those opened up to artists, and artists were crossing over to DC or other variety of publishers. So that's how I branched out. But I got it. My heart is with Marvel. That doesn't mean I don't like DC. I do, and I do read DC, but I just I'm the same way. So.
There's amazing indie stuff coming out from Image, and you know, and Boom, bro. Like, damn, you know,
Aftershock.
Like,
yep, absolutely.
Aftershock too. Yeah, bro. It's like amazing stuff, man. Like, it's everybody out there, man. Don't look the other way on these indies, man. This is good. It's good reads. You know,
it's an incredible time to be a fan. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. So we should all be grateful for this. What the outlets we have in terms of, like, you know, social media, YouTube, what have you, the avenues we have to getting comic books, and just being able to continue discussions and meet people. We talked about this. I don't want to get redundant here, but it's a great time to be a fan, and let's all just be grateful for it. And we are grateful that you're here, Ian, because that is the interview. You made it through.
I made it, bro.
It was painless. It was absolutely painless. We're very happy that
it's painless. It was painless like a COVID vaccine, bro. No, I'm saying I
haven't got mine yet, but you know, I will take that pain. Anyways, but we're gonna move on to a segment we do each and every week, Ian, and that is called. Y'all ready? Each and every week we do a segment called Fresh from the Comic Shop, Fly from the Pressing Salon. I say this every week too, Ian. That's a Will Smith, Fresh Prince to DJ Jazzy Jeff reference, summertime. Okay, I had to do it again. Anyway, so what we do here is we the collective, the 3 of us, get into 5 books that we just got in the past week, fresh from the comic shop, in the mail, AOKs, what have you, something we just received that we just want to show off and talk about with you guys. However, also we had our audience send in their new gets as well, so we're going to share those too. But in the comments, guys, let us know what you picked up too. If you did not get a chance to tag us at Comic Book Canon, that's right. Hit us up on Instagram and hit us up each and every week when you get something new. We'll be happy to show it off on the show, and that's what we're going to do today. So, Ian, you as the guest get to go first and show us what you got. So I'm going to bring up your single shot here, and you just bring it straight up to the camera and give us a little talk about it.
Cool, man. All right, man. So the first one I got, man, when the White Vision showed up, man, and I had it in my long box, I sold it. You know, it's like, you know, like this is, you know, you sell it, you sell at the peak, man, you know, or as it goes up. But then I saw him show back up. So I had a rebuy. So I had to rebuy it, man. I was like, I can't, you know, I was like, dude, it hasn't peaked yet. So I was like, he'll be back and it's going to peak back again, man. But, and I'm going to want one in my PC. It's not the greatest copy, man. There's like, you know, spine ticks and everything, but, I just wanted it for my PC, man. So I won't lie, man. I sold mine for like $150, and I bought this back for $50 at one of the stores, man. So like I just had to have it back, man. And then like I'm always looking forward.
One at a time.
One at a time. Okay, my bad. Go
one
ahead.
at a time. That's the rules.
All right, man.
The rules, Ian. You're trying to break them. For goodness sakes, you can't do that. Chris is about to get mad because he's next. And Chris gets mad. All right, Chris. What do you got, Chris?
I might turn green.
No, this is what we do, Ian. I'm breaking the rules too, because in between we show off what our audience has as well. So we're gonna start with Comic Noob here, guys. These are two nice books he got. Comic Noob here has Amazing Spider-Man.
Wow.
Number 60. He said this is his second copy, and he's hoping no tape gets stuck on this one. Comic Noob, we hope you don't get any tape stuck on that one as well. And guys, this one I love. Amazing Spider-Man number 80. Loving this cover.
Wow.
And Comic Noob loves him some Chameleon. Those are some great additions there. We really appreciate you sharing, Comic Noob. Those are some really, really nice books. But we have more books for more people that are really nice as well. But Chris has some books too. Chris, what do you got?
All right. Let's start off with something new in terms of a new release, a recent release. I had to get on the hype. I got one for myself and for my son because he's a big Keanu Reeves fan. So I picked up some Berserker.
Nice.
I haven't read it yet. I was planning on reading it yesterday, but I just had a really busy week. So, speaking of the Bay Area, got to give a big shout out. Comics, cards, etc. Right on San Pablo Avenue.
Richmond.
Okay. So for anybody in the area, Berserker.
That's it. Yeah, man. I heard good things about that book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely did. All right. So Planet Arizona Comics just discovered Gotham Girls from 2002 was a thing. He got a newsstand edition of number 1. Not easy to find. Congratulations on that, Planet Arizona Comics.
Nice.
All right, guys. So I like to go dollar bin diving or hit up my store when they had a sale. They had a sale of 50% off. This one isn't the one everybody's looking for, but I said, what the hell, to pick it up for $2.25. Black Panther World of Wakanda, number 1. This is obviously the sketch variant. I don't pick up sketch variants. I don't like it, but I was like, why not for $2.25? So, as you all know, Ryan Coogler is developing a show on Disney Plus that's in Wakanda. A lot of people are expecting that they're going to pull a lot from these books. So, if you see these are still in dollar bins, guys.
Yep.
Find them. The whole series, it's 1 through 6. Find these books. I would not pass these up because, again, easy, quick spec. So that's what I got right there. Before we get back to you, Ian, we are going to go back to our audience here. We got a good friend, Dan De La Torre. That's right, who donated a Defenders number 10 for our 500 sub giveaway. We thank you so much for that. All right, first off, I made a mistake. He submitted last week, and this was a beautiful book.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So this is Tales to Astonish 101. I failed to mention it's also signed by Stan Lee. So my apologies to you, Dan. For the whole group, it's a beautiful book with a beautiful signature. We all love us some Stan Lee.
Love that one, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then this one's great too. This is a Fantastic Four 167. You got a nice Hulk appearance in there.
Ooh.
But I mean, this is probably, what is this? Bronze, I'd say, or maybe just end of silver. At a 9.8, that's a beautiful, beautiful book. Dan, good pickups, and again, apologies for not mentioning the Stan Lee. Ian,
you
are up next. What do you got,
man?
It's like 1970.
So I found this, man, for like $2, man, and it's the first appearance of Justice Peace, the enforcer of the Time Variance Authority, man. We all know Loki's, bro. We know the time the TVA is coming. Like, I'm just trying to look forward and get these like books that we already know are happening that people aren't looking at, because you could pick this book up for like $2.99 or $3 and in back bins, man. So I'm picking up a lot of these, man. It's just a book I really like, man. And anything that has to do with Loki, anything that has to do with like Hawkeye, you know, any of those, you know, the Black Panther books, you know, Ryan Coogler, like I'm picking those up too, man. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they are in your dollar bins, guys. Just be searching for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just love getting lost. I get a few hours in the day. I'll just start throwing through there. But other people that are starting to do that as well. We got the Mad Respect. He has Ultimate MTU, guys. What is MTU?
Marvel Team Up.
Marvel Team Up 6 to 8 with Spider Punisher and Daredevil by Bendis and Sienkiewicz. Found at half price books. And a 41 book plus omnibus pre-order ship thanks to Diamond Delay. Sounds like a nice pickup you got there. So Mad Respect to you, the Mad Respect. See what I did there?
I did it.
Chris, you are up next.
So I got a book here, but hey, Jeff, before I show that off, I noticed your blank cover, and I am assuming you bought that because you want me to do a sketch cover, like something like this.
Hold on.
Those are two connecting sketch covers I did.
Oh, you did those?
You did those?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's incredible. I mean, I knew you were a brilliant artist. I didn't realize that. Wow, that's incredible. You don't show this stuff off enough, man.
Bro, you don't play.
That's beautiful. That's outstanding. That's good stuff. I wish your internet was as good as your talent.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. So my next book though, so I went and got basically I went out and bought my first collection, did a video on it if you haven't seen that yet. And there's some good scores.
We believe that there are good scores. Apologies for Chris and his internet. This happens sometimes. Guys, it happens. All right?
It happens, man. It happens.
Live television, everybody. No big deal.
It knows.
All right, what do you got? What do you got?
It knows that it's my turn to show off the book.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going to cut you off.
Right.
Sabotaging you. Yeah, here we go.
Tales of Suspense, number 97, first appearance of Whiplash.
Damn.
Really nice condition. I mean, this is like a good, solid, fine plus condition. I still need to give it a press. But
it's beautiful though. That cover's awesome.
Nice.
That cover's awesome. Who did that cover? The Conway?
Let's see. Who we got.
We got to look that up. I love that cover.
That cover's dope, man.
Gene Colan?
Gene Colan.
Mm-hmm. Did that collection, man? Did you have a bunch of Silver Age stuff like that in there? That's pretty.
No. There was a lot of Bronze Age stuff, which was solid.
There you go. Yeah.
Only Silver Age, but it was it was decent.
Bro, you bronze, silver, can't go wrong with that, man.
No, absolutely not. And I don't, I think a lot of people, especially new collectors, are kind of not, kind of overlooking that stuff for the bright, shiny objects in front of them. But guys, it all started back then, and you guys really should be looking at those collections, those specific books as well. Anyways, guys, put in the comment section what you guys have picked up as well this week. We will get to it, as many as we possibly can. Just a reminder, again, hit us up on Comic Book Canon and tag us each and every week. We will share your gets, on the show. Before we get to my new get, we're going to get to Joe G, another good friend of the show. Joe donated the mycomicshop.com gift card. So very happy. Again, thank you so much. Joe is just starting to get into the Instagram game, guys. So don't, no hate on this. But because I love what he got here, but I mean, could have taken a better picture. I'm sorry, Joe. I said it. I'm sorry. But what we got here is Strange Tales 111 at a 5.0. That's a sweet, sweet Silver Age book as well.
Dude, I like that purple, bro. You never see that purple on them Silver Ages.
Absolutely. Look at that. It's
that purple.
Gorgeous cover. And then, guys, this is another book. I don't know if you're going to be able to find these in dollar bins anymore, but they're out there, guys, because this is the 90s. And we have, we have the Spider-Verse 2 film coming out. You got a nice 9.8 signature series, Spider-Man 2099, signed by one of my favorite writers, Peter David. I do believe he's one of the creators of this character. So that's a great pickup there, Joe G. Excellent work, sir.
And people are slipping on that 2099 though. I still
What's
see them
that?
in bins. People are slipping on that 2099. I still see them in bins, man, and I'm taking them. You know,
Pick them up, guys. Pick them up because I believe the film comes out next year, 2022. So pick him up. Now's your chance because he's going to be in this film. He was in the after credit scene on the first film. Oscar Isaac voiced him, Mr. Moon Knight himself. But guys, pick this up. Anyways, all right. This is what I picked up. This is my next book I picked up here. So we all know we got Secret Invasion coming our way. This book kind of ties into that a little bit, but it's also Spider-Man's first appearance as our first issue of officially joining the Avengers, and also the reintroduction of the Sentry. That's New Avengers #1. Got this half off as well. This is another $2.50 book right here, $2.50. Very happy to find this, especially at that price. I don't know if you're going to find many of these. I feel like these are hard to find. Not hard to find, but people are starting to pick them up, starting to snap them up quite frequently. Yep. So it's going to become rare, especially as we start learning more about what the Secret Invasion series is going to be. I hope I didn't say Secret Wars because I did not mean Secret Wars.
All right, man. And that book though, like it's it's overprinted, but people are hoarding it, man.
Yep.
Everybody picks it up, and everybody has a few copies in their long boxes waiting for that day. Yep,
absolutely. Let's see. Has anybody updated and tell us their gets here? Nope. You guys should tell us because look at this next one here before we get back to you. Matt Stadge. Matt S. Everybody. I love that he did this. Yep. So guys, this is his second one. CGC has had my news. This is what he said in the post. CGC has had my newsstand Amazing Spider-Man 300 since friggin' October. So I decided to pick up another copy, which I'll keep raw and hopefully add a McFarlane signature one day. So that's his second pickup, right? That's a nice looking book too. I don't know what he's grading that as, but that's quite decent. Yeah. All right, Ian, your turn. Fresh from the comic shop. What do you got?
All right, man. So everybody that watches the show knows, like, my shop, My Honey Hole, is with Uncle Al, and I picked this up at Uncle Al's for $2, man. And this is John Walker, Super Patriot, turning into Captain America, the 4th Captain America, man. You already know it's coming. So you might as well just grab one because it's gonna, the show starts next week, man. The show starts next week. Get this book because I think that was him running in the football field.
It is.
What do you guys think? It
is. It's 100%.
When it's confirmed, that book is bam.
I picked one up for $8 2 months ago, right? Pick that book up if you see it. I think that's becoming more difficult to find as well, Ian. I think that's gonna be really hard to find, but that's a nice pickup for $2. $2. It's definitely John Walker. It's definitely John Walker in the trailer. He's gonna either play a new version of Captain America or U.S. Agent, who knows? But they are adapting that storyline. That is 100% John Walker. I'm psyched, and you're right. Once people see that that's who it is, people are going to be swarming after that issue. So good pickup indeed. All right, Chris, your turn. What do you got?
All right, next up, this came from the collection I bought as well. It's got what I like, finger crinkles in it. It needs a press. Once it gets a press, it's going to look nice. So, it's going to be a 5+ copy even after a press, but it's good enough for me. And that's Punisher #1 from the first limited series.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Beautiful Mike Zeck art. Gotta love it.
Get him to sign that, man. Whew, damn. You got to do a remark from Zeck, bro. Remarks from Zeck are like fire,
Yeah, absolutely. I find this interesting. Como Comic Books, I got to say, West Coast Avengers brought me into collecting on a regular basis with West Coast Avengers #1 back in the day. Not the miniseries, but I remember that issue, West Coast Avengers 21, when Moon Knight joins. He joins the Avengers. So that's a good call out, by the way. It's another one to be looking out there for. But Chris, I think his internet froze, but it's a perfect image right there.
Perfect freeze, bro.
Because we got that Mike Zeck love. I'm gonna go out of order here, guys, because I have some Mike Zeck love as well. But before we get into my love, we're gonna get into Simply Jelix because she has some nice pickups as well. We're gonna start off here. with Simply Chelex and this fantastic 487.
Damn.
She says this issue is actually the final chapter of Kirby's last Doom story. That's a great pickup right there. Great cover, great Silver Age goodness. Very happy that you picked that one up. But Ian, it doesn't end there with Simply Chelex. She picked up some Moon Knight love as well.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we got some Marvel Preview 21 and Moon Knight #1. This girl knows what's coming around the corner. That's right, the Moon Knight series. Moon Knight will be a household name, guys. Absolutely. 100% Moon Knight will be a household name.
She don't play, man. She don't play with
No.
those ones, bro. Damn.
I mean, yeah,
That's
look at
big.
this. Woo, nice
Damn.
pickup, Simply Chelex. Thank you for sending those in. All right, guys, I'm gonna scroll here, see who else is telling us what they got. Nope, nobody else. All right, that's fine. We got plenty to show off here. We're not mad. Just want to be able to share what you guys have here as well. All right, here we go. I got some Mike Zeck love as well. I'm going out of order, Chris, because of that. All right, here we go. So basically, guys, I absolutely loved G.I. Joe growing up. Absolutely. My weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. on the East Coast were G.I. Joe, followed by Transformers, cartoons. The comic books I was fucking crazy for. I'm sorry, I'm passionate. I dropped the F-bomb, but whatever. Because, guys, I picked this up for $6. G.I. Joe number 48.
Oh, nice.
First appearance of Sergeant Slaughter. This book is in beautiful, beautiful condition. And again, Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck is a national treasure. And I love his work. So I was very happy to pick this up. So kind of goes along with what Chris just showed off in that Punisher mini series as well. All right. So here we go. I know, yes, Sith Lordly, I did drop an F-bomb. I'm gonna get another beer. I was so pumped. I found Yingling Lager near me, guys. It's hard to find. I mean, coming from the Philadelphia area, you say give me a lager, they give you Yingling. It's really hard to find where I'm at. Makes absolutely no sense. And yes, Cosmic Comic History, Tom Tormey, Sergeant Slaughter is awesome. Como Comics, you crack me up. You guys are living the dream. I'm too busy talking about comics to buy comics. All right, so here we go. Before we get to you, Ian, and I believe this is going to be your fourth pick. Yeah, it'll be your fourth pick. Here we go. Fresh from the Comic Shop. We're going to share another one here. This is the last one we got from our audience. It's a nice one though. Union Josh Comics sharing with us the Union #3. It's the 1 in 10 design variant. He's loving this run so far. No idea if he's the only one, but I'm also trying to get a white cover for each issue of the run because they look amazing. Also, this is the first appearance of Bulldog. Guys, I don't know why. I don't have a background on there. This is very unprofessional of us, and I apologize. But I don't know much about this series. I'm not sure if you guys know either. I did have the opportunity to buy it. My LCS manager's like, so I steered clear. So I'm not sure if you guys have much knowledge on that. I take that as a no. I take that as a no. But it's a nice pickup because, again, what's your motto, Ian?
If you want to do a rag, man, collect what you like, man. That's
Union Josh Comics is collecting what he likes.
Yep.
You do as well, Ian. What do you got next on your next pickup here on Fresh from the Comic Shop?
So I'm a big fan of this series, man. Like I talked about the indies, and I love me some Ice Cream Man. So I love this cover, man. I found it in a back bin, bro, today. Like it was still there. I was like, I'll take it. And what I love about this series, man, is like it's an anthology, man. So like if you read 1, 2, and 3 and you didn't buy 4, 5, and 6 and you jump on 7, you didn't miss anything, man, because it's all one shots, and it is awesome, man. These are awesome, and I'm super just bullish about this book, and I'm super bullish about HaHa. The first 2 HaHa books, man, that came out are dope, man. Really good reads. I suggest getting bullish on that stuff too, man, because I could see that on TV. I could see it on Netflix. I could see it on Netflix, man. On Hulu.
There's a lot of anthology series out there like Black Mirror and those types. So I just creepy clowns creep me out. So I don't know if I really have interest in it.
Creep you out a little more, and I'll tell you.
No, but that's a nice pickup. People are loving that series. Absolutely.
It is, man.
Loving that series. So excellent pickup, sir. I applaud you on that, finding it today too, because you probably went out there specifically for Fresh from the Comic Shop. You're like, I
did, man.
I gotta get the new stuff. Gotta get the new stuff.
I was gonna be on Comic Book Cannon, bro. I needed to find something fresh, man.
All right, Chris, what do you got? You got a lot to live up to. What do you got?
All right, so this book has been fire. I actually talked about it in a video a couple months ago, looking at the trajectory. Since it's been even hotter. This is a book that I've wanted for a very, very long time. I never pulled the trigger on it, and I regretted it because of just how hot it's gotten. I was looking at a first print or a second print because in this book, there's 3 printings, and all 3 of them have been going for a decent amount of value. So when I bought the collection the other day, I was lucky enough to find one in there, and that's Batman 423.
Ooh,
damn, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the second print, but still, like I said, I mean, it's been going up. I'm gonna give it a press. It could be in a bit better condition. It's got a little bit of a rip at the top corner there. A good amount of spine ticks and some color wear on the spine. Once I get it pressed up, though, there's no big color breaking creases or anything. So it's still going to be a decently presenting book. And I'm just really finally have this awesome classic McFarlane book in my collection.
And you know what I love about books like that, man, that are like have spine ticks, aren't the perfect books, you know, is like if you get a chance to have McFarlane sign it, you're just like, I don't care. Like this ain't going to CGC anyway. Let's go. You know, like at a con or something. And, you know, it's just like, I love those books like that because that's a classic book, man. It's the McFarlane triangles, you know, like you know what he does, you know.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. By the way, Planet Arizona Comics is calling it. Oops, that Batman is set to skyrocket, and I mean, it's already it feels like it's an iconic cover, right? Something that harkens back to our childhood, and it's beautiful. That's a great pickup. I applaud you. That could win pickup of the week. We should start doing that, Chris. Actually, pickup of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that.
All right. Moving on. We got I got 2 more. We each have. Well, you guys have 1. I got 2. Here we go. This is me, guys. This is the only new book I'm going to show off this week of all the new books I picked up. This is a brand new series from Marvel. Me being a diehard Spider-Man fan, I had to get it. I don't like the Spider-Man run, the Spider-Man run that's going on, but this is nonstop Spider-Man. This is the die-cut cover. It came with this sleeve. It's well,
no,
there goes the sleeve.
the sleeve.
The sleeve didn't want to stay.
Anyway, so it comes with this sleeve, and it says you hold in your hands a genuine Marvel comic no cover. Remove this and shelve the Marvel masterpiece inside. So that was pretty cool that they gave that. And it's got the die cut, man. It's got the die cut. Harkens back to the 90s. Am I right? So anyways, that just happened. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah.
Is that a 9.8?
That's a 9 point oops. That's a 9 point oops right there.
That's a 9 point oops, no doubt. All right. I need another beer. Moving on. Ian, this is your last one. I hope you saved the best for last. What do you got, Ian?
You know, I saved the best read for the last, man. The best read of the week for me. And I posted this up on my Instagram, bro. I love this book, man. Okay. This book, Shadow Doctor, man. This series is gonna be fire, man. Like, Steve Hip Hops and me brought this up on the show as one of his top picks for one of our during our new comic book day show. And I was like, dude, now you making me spend money, bro. So I had to pick it up, and what a read, man. Like, I could smell like the spaghetti. I can hear the gunshots. I can hear that Chicago style like accent from the 40s, man. I'm not gonna give it away, man, but like this book is good, man. You guys got to check this out. And it's Aftershock, and it's indie, man, like, you know, supporting these indie cats, man. So, you know, like Shadow Doctor.
I think I shared that when it came out on Fresh from the Comic Shop. Was it last week or the week before? That was an amazing read. It's a true story, everybody. Is it? It's a true story.
Yes, well, yeah, that's crazy. Well, I thought it was. I thought that's a great story. Like, who thought of that? I didn't know it was a true story.
The writer's grandfather. This isn't giving anything away, but the writer's grandfather was a doctor. He's African American. He could not get a job in the 30s?
Yep.
I think it was the 30s or so. So he ended up becoming a doctor for Al Capone. It's crazy. The story. That's why I loved everything about that. I'm so aligned with you, Chris. You have to read this book. You would absolutely love this book. No doubt in my mind. That is.
I could have put it down.
You wouldn't pick it the week.
There's sometimes where I like, I need to go, check out my little dude because he's, crawling around me. But this time I was just like, just crawl. I'm gonna read. This is a good book. Yeah, it's so good. I didn't even know you enlightened me, Jeff. Like I didn't know that was a true story because I was like, that kind of makes sense in that world. Like that's a real good way to put it. But like for that to be a true story, wow, blow me away, bro. Yeah. You blow me away like live, bro. Like, huh?
You're welcome. You're welcome. I do that. I feel like you feel like how I felt when I realized that Mick Jagger sings backup vocals in "You're So Vain." Carly Simon's "You're So Vain." Listen to that song, and it'll change that song forever for you. That blew me away when I heard that. I had to share that. I don't know why.
I'm gonna go listen to it now. You blow me away again, bro. Like, let's go.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, Chris. You are up. Last pick of the week for Fresh from the Comic Shop. What do you got?
Well, I'm surrounded by a ton of comics, and I had to make the last book worth it, and I decided to go with something that is a little bigger.
Time out. It looks like you put a lot of thought into this because you're delivering this very gently.
Yeah, well, it's just something different, and that's what I like. I mean, believe me, it's not like a freaking, Amazing Fantasy 15. Thanks for that, Dinesh. But it's I wanted to go a little different here, and it's a Planet of the Apes #1. This is the UK magazine series. Pull that up there from the early 70s.
Whoa. That's awesome.
Dude, that's dope.
That is awesome.
It definitely it needs a press. I'm gonna press it up. But it's been well loved and well read. When was this? 74? Yep, 74. You got the black and white on the inside.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Everybody's loving this, by the way. This could be pick of the week, but yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, look at that. I mean, there's just something timeless about these guys right here. But I can't wait to press it up. And I actually also got some magazine Mylar to throw this in. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I don't want this to sound weird, but I bet that smells pretty good. That book.
That doesn't sound weird. That doesn't sound weird.
Nope. I could smell it. I could smell the goodness in that when you cracked it. That it hasn't been cracked for years. You're like, ooh.
Right.
Smell like the 70s.
I got a quick story. Okay. Quick story. I went to A1 Comics. My shop A1. I was giving a shout out to A1. They had a 50% off sale. Everyone goes. It's when I hit them up. This is pre-COVID, obviously. And I'm going, everyone's looking through bins, and this guy is going through the bins. And he's taking books out. And he's like, and then I remember, I think he was going in a 50-cent bin that didn't have bags of boards. And he's doing this to every book.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He picks up the next book. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm just staring at him. I'm staring at him, and I'm like, and believe me, like if anybody caught me, it was dead obvious. But you know what I was thinking in my head? I was like, you go, man. You go.
Yeah, man. Bro.
Every single one of us in that store
that's what I'm saying.
wishes that we had the balls to do what he was doing and not give a damn about what anybody thought.
It's like that smell's been trapped in there for like 30 or 50 years. You know what I'm saying? And when you crack it, and it just comes at you, and it just for that millisecond, right? And you're like, ooh, I could smell that jury curl, that throw, like whoo,
I love it, man. Look, smells are nostalgic, and they bring you back to that moment, man, for sure. So
there's something about that print, right? That print in that era, like the 70s, that book hasn't been cracked. It's been in there, and there's that dust that's been stuck in there for like 50 years. Like there's something about it, man, where it kind of like takes you back,
even as late as the 90s, these comic books are not like new comic books are not going to smell like that. And it's
there's
nobody.
No smell to the new books. There's no smell to the new books, right? Yeah, it's none.
It's terrible paper.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna go out on a whimper for my last pick for Fresh from a Comic Shop. You guys crushed it. I mean, this is all right. I'm not downplaying it at all. It's not a bad find, especially again, half off, guys. $2.25 for this book right here. You guys are, Silk is a character that's going to be well known, especially if she makes her way into the MCU or Amazon or whatever the rumors are. Olivia Wilde is working on. Everybody thinks Olivia Wilde will be working on this character. So this is Amazing Spider-Man #5. It's the second appearance of Silk. I got this for $2.25. You can't go wrong with it.
$2.25?
Yeah,
dude,
it was half off.
Seriously,
half off. There's a $4.50 price tag. So that's all right. I mean, again, it's a nice one to have, and it's a nice find. So
second appearance, man. When the other one, when their first appearance is too much for people to afford,
they go for this one. They go for this one. So yeah, that's it. And guys, that ends Fresh from the Comic Shop. It was a great time here. Ian, you brought it. Audience, you guys all brought it.
Yep.
We had Matt S. We had Simply Chellax. We had Union Josh. We had Joe G. We had Dan De La Torre. We had Comic New. Guys, it's as easy as this. All you got to do is tag us on Comic Book Canon. Tag us with your fresh gets, what you want us to show off, and we are happy to do it. But again, Ian, you brought it, man. You brought it. Man. We're very happy you participated in that. But Ian, you can't go anywhere. The show's not over. All right.
Oh, I ain't going anywhere, bro. I'm in it to win it, bro, with y'all.
Happy to hear that, because what we have next, this is a very special segment we do each and every week. A fan favorite. That's right, fan favorite. Our good friend Tom Tormey from Cosmic Comic Minute. Guys, follow him on Instagram. Each and every day he drops a good, juicy nugget of comic book history. The man knows his stuff, and we are fortunate enough each and every week to be able to showcase his knowledge in a video package that we call, or he calls, the Cosmic Minute. And last week we had an interesting one. Last week, if you all didn't see it, Tom talked about how DC Comics worked with President Kennedy on an obesity initiative to help child obesity, right? And they wrote this story, and unfortunately, the president was assassinated. So they had to run the story a little bit later. This kind of follows up on that story, and it's just as amazing on what happened to those to the original artwork after a promise was made. So check it out.
Hi, I'm Tom from Cosmic Comic History, and this is your Cosmic Minute. And today we're talking about how artwork intended for a presidential library in Boston ended up at an auction house in Beverly Hills. In 1964, Superman issue 170, the Big Blue Boy Scout teamed up with President John F. Kennedy to fight childhood obesity and whip the nation into shape. The last panel of the 10-page story, Superman's Mission for President Kennedy, stated that all artwork would be donated to the Kennedy Library. This is something that famed Superman artist Al Plastino and his family assumed had actually taken place. Unfortunately, they were wrong. In October of 2013, while attending the New York Comic Con, Al Plastino learned that his artwork had never made its way to the Kennedy Library, but in fact was across the United States in Beverly Hills at an auction house going for about $20,000 a page. Heritage Auction House denied Plastino any access to the pages that he had drawn, as well as any information about who the seller was. They did reassure the public that the seller was a reputable person and that the pages were acquired legally. When Superman's publisher and Mr. Plastino's former employer, DC Entertainment, found out about what was going on, they agreed to purchase all 10 pages of the original artwork. Sadly, on November 25th, 2013, he passed away before his work could finally see its place in the Kennedy Library. DC Entertainment and the Plastino family honored Al Plastino's dying wish and made sure that his artwork ended up exactly where it was always intended to be. I'm still Tom from Cosmic Comic History, and that was your Cosmic Minute. Until next week, be well and stay safe.
Well done again, Tom Tormey. Great story. Again, following, absolutely fascinating that a promise was made, and it was good, guys. It was good to see DC do the right thing, purchase those pages and put them where where Al wanted them to go.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That was dope, man. That was some good stuff. Huh.
Yeah, again, it's like I see, guys, you have to follow Tom Tormey. He dishes the comic book history goodness each and every day. Not each and every. He's only here once a week, but each and every day he dishes it on his Instagram. So happy to have him part of the show. He makes again, it just brings a whole new facet to what we do here, and we're very happy to have him. By the way, it does look like Tom Tormey not only was fresh from the comic shop, but also fresh from the barber shop there.
Yeah,
Tom,
I noticed
you got quite the cut, man. Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good. Absolutely. All right. Moving on from Cosmic Minute. Here we go. Again, Ian, you're not done because we have another segment coming up.
Oh, I'm down, bro. Let's go.
This is another fan favorite one here. Everybody loves this. Everybody loves this one here because right now we got – what do we got, Chris?
You know.
The top 10 hottest comics.
Oh, let's go.
Based off of Cover Price's data. That is right, guys. Cover Price's data. They deal in data, not speculation, not thinking, oh, this book is hot now because of this and this and this. No, they look at the data out of all of these sites, see how much these books are actually going for, and come up with this top 10 list. Now, Ian, this list is released on a Monday. Our show is live every Friday. What we like to do is we like to go through this top 10 list, right? Go through it real quick. But Chris here takes his 3 most interesting picks from this week and dishes it out. Dishes it out in more detail as to why he thinks they're interesting. It's not always 1, 2, and 3. You know, it could be a variety of numbers, many combinations in that. I don't know, billions, right? Probably not a mathematician. But anyways, it is the top 10 hottest comics of the week, guys. We're going to get into it right now. Here we go with the list. All right, at number 10 is Meet the Skrulls, guys. You should be looking for this book. You should be looking for this book. You have Secret Invasion coming around. They're going to start, who knows when they're going to start shooting that. I'm sure it's probably before the end of this year or early next year. Then X-Men, number 4. There's a lot of rumors going around that you have Omega Red that will be in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I kind of doubt it because that artwork is not from that film. I think it was from Deadpool. People are associating it with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So anyways, Ultimate Fallout 4, we know the deal with this book. At number 7, we have Champions number 1. At number 6, Scarlet Witch number 2. The first appearance of Lore. People are specking on that we may see this person or this character in Amazing Spider-Man 3 or Doctor Strange 2. At number 5, we have Action Comics number 9. This book came out of nowhere and it is hot, hot, hot. Number 4 is Batman 106. Guys, this just came out. Not this week, but the previous week. And that's because of Miracle Molly. First appearance of Miracle Molly. Number 3, Ian knows about this, West Coast Avengers number 45. Congratulations on finding that for less than you sold your other one for. And number 2, we have Spawn number 1. And guys, at number 1, it's just a bad idea. ENIAC number 1. I'm joking. I think it's a great idea. I'm super psyched what they're doing. I can't wait to get my book in the mail. I am just waiting for my first print. I'm psyched about that. Anyways, Chris, it's an interesting list this week.
Yeah, some good stuff. I'm loving that Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
it's not in my top 3, but I'm loving it.
It's an interesting. I bet you that's another one you're going to be able to find in dollar bins. Just dig, people. Just dig. But anyways, Chris, let's have at it. Let's just get into the list. Chris.
All right.
You're going to get into the top 3 most interesting picks this week.
Yep. All right. So before I get into my top picks, guys, I want to let everyone know that if you use the promo code Journos Comics, you can get an unlimited membership from coverprice.com for only $1.99 a month. for the first 2 months, guys. I'm telling you, it's absolutely worth it. I'm a paying member. I don't even get a discount, but you guys, if you use the code Journos Comics, it's obviously you can get sales data. You can get raw data for, you know, if you're looking for books, you could store your collection and it tells you how much your collection is worth in real time. Coverprice.com. Definitely check them out. It's absolutely worth it to take advantage of an unlimited membership for only $1.99 a month. And you can cancel it anytime as well. So definitely wanted to let everyone know that. But with that being said, let's get into my number 3. My number 3 this week is Ultimate Fallout number 4. That's my dude. Well, really, Peter Parker's my dude when we're talking about Spider-Man. But I just love what Miles is doing. That's my son's dude right there. Let me tell you something. It's so funny because I did a video last May. All right. And somebody just commented on it recently saying, hey, this aged great. And so I went and replied to that comment, and I actually watched my video again that I did last May. And the video was about me addressing all of these people being so salty about Miles Morales in this book blowing up. Because remember, right around April or May is when we got the announcements of the filming of I think it was like pre-production of Spider-Verse 2, and then we got the announcement of the video game, and this book just went crazy. And everyone was like, oh, you know, he's a fake Spider-Man, he ain't gonna last, this is market manipulation, it's this, it's that. Everyone's just salty. This book is not gonna last. You guys are a joke paying all this kind of money. And you know what it was going for then? It was barely pushing $1,000 and a 9.8. Watch that video again, and I heard myself telling them about, guys, this book and this character are going nowhere. Here we are almost a year later. Let me tell you what happened. Well, this week alone, we had a 116% increase in sales. And guess what that CGC 9.8 sold for? $3,155. Haters, the joke's on you. I called it a year ago. I'm saying it. I'm calling it again right now. This is the modern Hulk 181. This is the modern Amazing Fantasy 15. Now, by saying that, I'm not saying that this book is ever going to be worth $40,000 or $80,000 or $200,000. Don't get it twisted, but it is what it is for this generation, and that's not going away anytime soon. $31.55, guys. 9.8 record-breaking sale. Just.
I thought you were. We've been doing this show for close to a year, guys, and Chris said this maybe 10 months ago that it's equivalent to. It's like this. It's modern day Hulk 181, and I said he was crazy when he said that. My opinion has completely changed, and it changed quick. It changed 2 months after I said that too.
Yeah. So Jeff,
Ultimate Fallout is a comic with long-term value. Miles Morales is for real and has a bright future in Marvel. Sith Lordly says it best. Miles is the now and future. 100%, man.
And it ain't no shame in getting those 9.6s because those 9.8s are going to be out of reach.
Oh yeah.
And you better grab those 9.6s before they get out of reach because they're still affordable, man. You know, like that 9.8 is like crazy, right, Chris? Like the price on that now, like it's like to the moon. See ya. You know.
Well, here's the thing, and Jeff, I said this in that video. I forgot to point that out, but I was saying in that video how like a month before that happened, I said I think it was in our first show that we did. The first show we ever did is when I made that comment about Ultimate Fallout 4, and I said that. And, you know, a month later, there it was, you know, getting that hype. And here we are almost a year later, and it's, you know, more than tripled in value. And it's just, I said what I said. I'm still sticking by it. The proof is in the pudding. And, man, there's nothing more I can say. It's doing what it's doing, and there's a reason for it.
And, you know, Jeff and Chris, you guys are going to hate me, man, because it was at one of my shops, 9.8 for $1,000, and I get a 10% discount on it. I'm like, why didn't I not get it, man?
Oh man, yeah, you're kicking yourself now. You punch yourself in the face right now. Good.
I should right on camera, bro. Like
that is wow. Yeah, absolutely. Como Comics brings up a good point. The second prints have room to grow for, you know, because those are in the hundreds, I think. And those, the Pacelli one is I think Pacelli's decent as well. Anyways, all right. It's crazy. We're still talking about Ultimate Fallout 4, guys. But if he makes it into the MCU, which is most likely going to happen
at some point. Yep.
And we all relate to Miles. That's why, man. He's like our generation. Like he's that kid we all wanted him to be when we were that age. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point.
Like
he's rocking the Jordans, man. He's rocking the
Jordan. He got the Jordans on, bro, and he got the hoodie on. And he got the headphones on, and he got the nice cut.
He's way cooler than I was at his age. I'll tell you.
I wasn't that cool, bro. I wasn't that cool.
No, not even close. All right, Chris, what do you got? You got the second pick of the week, and this one's
number 2.
This one's like a mainstay, but still interesting, Chris. It's still interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. This pick of mine, it's a very interesting. You guys know me. I don't just pick like, oh, this is hot, this is hot. I pick for very specific reasons, and I'm gonna kind of chuckle at this book. Coming in at my number 2 is Spawn number 1. Okay. Let's actually look at the numbers, first, before I get into my rant about Spawn number 1. Love this book, by the way. We had a 445% increase in sales and a CGC 9.9. Sold for almost $8,000, $7,995. Wow.
Damn.
And who said 90s books are worthless, right? But get this. Here's the thing. Cover Price talked about this book getting hot, which I'm not saying it's not true, but this book has been getting hot because of the Todd verse or McFarlane verse or Spawn verse, whatever you want to call it, the Todd Father verse. We're building on this Spawn universe now, and that just really brought this book into the eyes of collectors. Yes, but if you ask me, and this book was number 2 on this list. The reason why this book got as hot as it did is because Todd McFarlane came on Comic Tom's show and they talked about the printing error that was in I believe it was like the first round of these books where like the logo on the inside front page had like black blotches in it. And people, I saw it, obviously Comic Tom has his following, and we know that anytime you have a heavy hitter, a living legend like Todd McFarlane on, you're going to have people watching. You're going to have their eyes and ears to whatever's going on. And I guarantee you, and because I saw it all over the Facebook forums, all over Instagram, people started going after this error book. And I think that's what ultimately drove the percentage increase of this book up so high. And it's just, look, and I'm never a hater, dude. I'm never a hater. You guys know this. If you listen to me talk about these things all the time. If you want to go on a book because a logo on the inside of the front cover has a couple of black blotches on it, fine by me. But I think it's hysterical how crazy people get over the smallest little things. So again, let me make it clear. I'm not pointing a finger at you. I'm not saying you're ruining the hobby. I'm not saying you're stupid or you shouldn't do that. I just think it's absolutely nuts how quick these people jump on the littlest of things. But to each their own, and if it makes them happy, then so be it. But I'm just sitting back like, well, I got my copy. I'm good.
Right? Yes, I'm saying, bro.
Of the standard version. So it's very interesting right now. People in this community, they'll take anything. They will take anything and they will run with it.
Hey man, collect what you like though. Like if you want to go, buy, you want to spend some bones on that. Hey man,
that's the
more
thing.
Power to you.
We're here every week. We're going to give you our opinion that you shouldn't be chasing and spending incredible amounts of money on an issue. Like we wouldn't do that. But if
I wouldn't do it. I'm with Chris.
If it's something you want to do and you think it's worth it, by all means, you should. Because again, what's the saying, Ian? Go for it.
If you want to do it right, collect what you like, man. Like more power to you. But I'm with Chris, bro. Like that's crazy, man. I didn't even watch that interview. Like, I mean, I won't lie, man. I started watching Comic Tom too in the beginning, but I haven't watched him in a bit. And a blotch, huh? And then the whole comic community went, or whatever, his community went nuts. Crazy.
Well, I mean, we got to understand, and we talked about the power of how we, folks like us come together and everything. And look, I always say, I don't want anybody watching to get this twisted. I'm not pointing a finger at Comic Tom. Comic Tom talked to the legend himself and they talked about a printing error. Okay, cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. People are autonomous creatures that are grown adults. Well, hopefully we're mostly grown adults, and we make our own decisions. We make our own decision, but that's just the ghost show. One person says something, somebody else says it or shares something, and it creates, it gets spread on social media, and then people just get hyped for this stuff. And yeah, hey, look, if you're getting hyped for it, go ahead, man. But it's crazy. It's really crazy how big this is ticking off in this last week.
Chris, you blew my mind already, bro. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know, bro. You blew my mind. You and Jeff are just blowing my mind today, man.
Listen, I'm sure there's information you're gonna throw our way that'll be like, whoa, no way. So
I was like, no way, man.
All right, so here we go. Chris, everybody, here it is. Chris's third pick of the week, and it's one I'm quite excited about.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna start doing a little dance because I'm just like, not even a dance, but kind of like I'm getting pumped. Oh, I'm so happy. This hit number one on the list, and I'm talking about it as my number one. My beanie ball is gonna fall off here. Woo! All right, and I'm not even the one drinking over here. All right. Number one is ENIAC number one. Bad idea in the house. Boom! Dropping it on you. And I'm going to talk about all the salt. Boy, there's more salt than the Great Lakes in Utah in this one. Let me tell you. This book, people started running their mouths about this book without even knowing what they were talking about. Oh my goodness, can Facebook be so toxic? So I get into all the, that's in the.
Chris, come back.
Come on, man. Blow my mind, bro.
Chris, come back.
Let me tell you what this book did. This book sold for $215 raw sale. Let me repeat that. $215 raw sale. All right, let me go into it now. Okay, if you don't understand, first off, if you don't understand what Bad Idea is doing, go watch our interview when we interviewed Dinesh. Go watch our interview, all right? Because I asked him the questions. I asked him the tough questions because I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the business model. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? I don't get it, right? So I asked him, why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why does this make sense? Because it doesn't to me. And he explained it. And he explained it. And he broke it down. And he broke it down. Guess what? So many people came at this book about, oh man, they're just freaking, first off, why would you limit your books? This is only, you're basically tending to the speculator market only. And, I bet they're keeping copies and flipping them on, selling them on eBay, all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to take, because I could sit here and Jeff, guys, I'm sure you guys know, I could sit here for another half hour and just talk about this, but I'm not. I'm going to sum it up like this. I'm going to sum this up so I don't go on another rant. All of those people thinking that this book is a problem for the comic book community, is only for speculators, or some kind of manipulative scheme. All right? Educate yourself. Educate yourself. That's all I got to say, because it's this. I'm going to tell you right now what Bad Idea is doing. What Bad Idea is doing is a perfect blend, is a perfect mix of tending to comic book readers, comic book collectors, and anybody that wants to find value in books. Let me repeat that one more time. It's the perfect blend between those that just want to read books, but those that still want to find value in them. That's all I'm going to say, because we don't have time for me to sit and break it down for you guys. That's all I'm going to say. I love what they're doing. I can't wait for the next releases to see what's going to go down, to see how people are going to react. But I'll tell you right now, Dinesh and his team, they don't have time to be sitting trying to take a few of their books and try to flip them on eBay for a couple $100 for a few extra bills in their pocket because they're laughing all the way to the bank already. You know, and you got to understand they invested millions of dollars into this. Ain't no real businessman going to take a multi-million-dollar entity just to go flip a few books on eBay to get a couple Benjamins in their pocket. I mean, come on, guys, get real.
Here's the breakdown, guys. And again, we were very fortunate to have Dinesh talking about Bad Idea a few weeks ago. We had Robert Venditti on last week talking about Tankers, which is the next release, April 7th. Here's the deal with Bad Idea. Bad Idea was supposed to launch last year. All right. If you guys follow comic books, if you look at previews, and for the people that are diehard comic book fans, you had an opportunity to pre-order this. You had an opportunity to pre-order a first print. Okay. Yep. You had plenty of time because it was delayed a year. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I ordered my first print 4 months ago. I have no problem getting it.
I ordered mine last February before COVID.
There you go.
Nice.
So if you know about it, you're interested in it, pre-order it. Okay. So that's catering to the collectors right there. Okay.
Yep.
Then the not first print is an issue that will be continuously produced as long as the demand is there.
Yep.
So that is catering to the readers. People will be able to read that. The people in the middle are the speculators. Those are the ones that are pissed off, that are just hearing about it because they're too lazy to find out about what this company is doing, and they couldn't get themselves a first print.
Yep.
That's why they're pissed off. But you had every opportunity to get yourself a book. You had every opportunity to get yourself multiple books if you wanted to go various online outlets. You had the time was there. So
and I'm going to jump in,
bitching and complaining because that's bullshit. Is on you.
I'm going to jump in right there too, because what's funny, and I say this all the time, the people that complain about this being, they're only tending to speculators, are the speculators that missed out. I had somebody comment on one of my videos just like today or yesterday saying, I used to get salty when I missed out on stuff, but I have to admit, I only got mad and salty because I missed out on.
I wish I could finish his sentence.
A hot book. You know, you just admitted something that so many people are going to take to their graves, because the people that complain and say, I couldn't get the book and I just wanted it to read and stuff like that. Don't fake the front. You ain't got to lie to kick it. All right.
Yep.
We know damn well that if you wanted to read the book, go buy the digital copy or go buy the second print and read the book.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you.
Here's a question. Simply Chalex is just wondering, but why ship the first print at a limited number, not print at the same time? That's the thing that's irked me. Here's what happens. Stores order extra, right? They have people that order from their pull list saying that they want this book. Then they order extra for their shelves. Now, after final cutoff, apparently people ordered more and they weren't allowed to get those first prints in. But again, if you spent the time and you ordered it and put it in within your comic book shops that actually carry it, because not many comic shops do yet, you had the time to do that. And I'm not getting on you, Simply Chalex. I'm just explaining what happened here. So
also, it's very important to look. Dinesh even said they want to expand. They're not just going to keep it to the 300 stores. They are a publisher starting up in an industry that is very hard to penetrate. All right. So their model right now is it's protecting themselves so they can stay in the positive in terms of profits from their revenue. It's protecting the LCSs as well, because they're not going to be left with having to order a minimum supply to where they have extra on the shelves that don't sell, that end up in the dollar bin. And 3, it's protecting the interests of the collectors on both sides, readers and collectors that want value, because by printing to demand, by calling it a not first print, means there's always going to be something there that the LCSs can order and sell, that the readers can pick up and buy, and that can keep that first print limited so those that want to find collectability in it can. And that collectability is always going to route back to the demand that's going to drive readers and collectors to keep Bad Idea in the forefront of their skulls, which is cyclical. Because then what's it going to do? It's going to impact the LCSs, which is going to impact Bad Idea because they're going to keep being able to make money to print more books, which is going to, again, it's the cyclical thing that really takes an approach that it's so unexpected in how they laid this out. But if you actually look at it from every business standpoint, and you can't just look at it from a narrow tunnel vision, you got to look at all sides of the coin and not just two. This coin has like 3 sides. But it's very, I mean, believe me, when it started ticking in my brain about what they were doing, I'm like, this is brilliant. It's just utter brilliance to me.
And I just dropped the link in there, guys. The Dinesh interview we had, where he's talking specifically Bad Idea. If you guys want to click on it, watch it later, please continue to watch us live because we would miss you if you left. But click on it, save it for later. It's definitely a good watch if you have questions, because we hit him with all of the questions that people are concerned about with Bad Idea.
It's a good interview too. I watched it, man. It was a good interview. Go watch it, guys. It was a really good interview.
Open and honest, and all this bullshit about people saying that they're flipping in themselves to make this money. It's like, again, Chris is right. They don't have enough time in the day to pull $200 here, $200 there. Like it's not happening. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
And like I was on Drunken Chat and I won the hero trade, and I talked to Dinesh and I was like, hey bro, you shipped it awesome, bro. You had a nice painter tape and everything, and she goes, bro, actually I gave it to my wife and she did it for me. So he ain't flipping books, bro. He ain't having his wife. He's not flipping books, man. So like if y'all are tripping, bro, like I'm just saying, man, Dinesh ain't got no time for that, man. He ain't got no time for that. He's in Hollywood. He's all in Hollywood making deals, making Witcher. He's making making, he's making Bloodshot, whatever. He's making all these movies, bro. He ain't got no time to go to he got no time for that, man.
They're going to be turning this around for probably these are going to be some sort of multimedia properties as well. So I mean, come on. And yes, I'm a little fired up right now. It could be the beer, Sith Lord Lee. I don't know, but I'm fired up. Whatever. Anyway, so that is that's guys, check out the interview. Dinesh is nothing but open and honest. There's no hiding anything here. And if you want to still be pissed off and don't agree with what they're doing, fine. But I think we can all agree it's probably coming from the speculators that couldn't get theirs.
And man, let's give Dinesh props, man. He's making it fun. It's fun, man. It's fun watching all this stuff, man. I'm just over here like Michael Jackson in that meme, eating my popcorn, like just laughing, man. Like this is fun. He added fun to the community, man. And maybe not everybody's gonna look back like this 5 years now, like that was a good time for those first Bad Idea books, you know?
Yeah, I think so. Again, I'm psyched to get mine. Mine's coming in the mail because I pre-ordered it, right? So I'm still waiting for TFAW. There are some issues with the weather and all that other stuff, but yeah, Simply Chalex, here's the deal. You're right. If the stories and art deliver, then all is good. I've heard nothing but good things about this, and you will have an opportunity to buy they're calling it not first print. You'll be able to buy that at cover price, and you'll be able to read that. They're not doing it on digital. They're not doing trades, but you'll find a comic book shop or an online retailer that will sell it to you at cover price. You'll be able to read it. So,
and they're printing those on demand, right? So they're never going to go out of print. If you want it, just order it, and then you'll get it. Don't pay eBay prices. Don't pay $60 for that not first print either. That's the thing, right? Like that's the thing, right? Like it's like you know it's going to get printed, and just have some patience. Don't pay that price. If you want to buy the first print, then you got to pay, but. Right. Not the second, not the first print, right?
Exactly. And when issue 2 comes out, I think they're doing this by every other month. So when issue 2 does come out, I'm pretty sure it's going to follow along with the not first print of issue number 1. Again, that's basically a second print that will be printed continuously. There's no the print run on that will be indefinite. They're not.
Don't make your orders, man. Midtown has them. Midtown, Golden Apple has it, man. Go order them. Go order them right now.
Yeah. Well worth it. Anyway, so that is our top 10 hottest comics of the week. ENIAC number 1. It's nice to see. Tankers comes out in April 7th. I'm going to be interested. I'm psyched about that title, guys.
I'm psyched.
I am psyched about Tankers that you read the premise on that. You got time travel. You got people in like, you know, kind of mech bodysuits, and they're fighting dinosaurs. I mean, what is there not to love? So I'm looking forward to that.
It's an interesting premise, though, huh? That one, it's dope, bro. I was like, damn, man, what'd you think about doing that? You know, like you must have had the good, right? You know.
Absolutely. All right, so guys, here we go. This is our time for Q&A. We haven't got many questions yet, so we don't have any answers for you. But I don't know. What do you look? How about this, Ian? I'm going to throw it your way. What are you looking forward to in the next few weeks in terms of things that are coming out?
I mean, I'm looking forward to ENIAC, man. Like I'm looking forward to all the bad idea stuff. Like for reals, you know, like it's gonna be some great stuff, man. And I'm looking forward to reading Shadow Doctor #2. You know, I'm looking forward to reading Ha Ha. Those are my books, man. Like you know, I'm a Star Wars guy too, and I'm looking forward to what's going on with Vader and, you know, and the Star Wars saga. You know, like we're in a golden age of Star Wars, man. It's just say it, man. Like, you know, and my thing is like everybody's, you know, like we're gonna be marveled up for the next year because we're supposed to get like a new, you know, show every week, right? So, well, everybody's, you know, in a Marvel, man. Like this is the time to buy some Star Wars stuff, bro. Like I bought an Heir to Empire #1, you know, first Thrawn the other day, man, for $100, and I thought that was a steal, you know, because no one's looking at it, bro. Yeah, you know,
he's coming, whether it be the Ahsoka series or both. He's coming because he was mentioned in The Mandalorian by Ahsoka, so that's exciting. You're buying it at that perfect time because right now it's a valley in terms of it's dipped because Mandalorian's over. The next series that's going to come out, I think, will be Ahsoka, or will it be Boba Fett? I don't know. They're in both of them. Well, Boba Fett's in production, so it's probably going to be Book of Boba Fett. But that's
Boba Fett, I believe, is airing in October.
And it's
what's
airing
in October?
Boba Fett.
Yep, around October, and then it's going to start moving Star Wars after that, right? You know? Oh, you know what I'm looking forward to is the Hawkeye stuff, though. That Hawkeye show, you know, with Haley Steinfeld. I think that one, man, is going to be one of their biggest shows. And we've seen some big shows like Haley Steinfeld, as you know, as Kate Bishop. How perfect is that, dude?
Casting. Like, come on, look
at
perfect
that.
casting, guys.
That is so awesome, man. She's perfect, bro. I'm stoked about that show. I'm super bullish on all those books, and I'm still finding those in bins. It's crazy, man. I'm still finding like the first Pizza Dog in bins. I'm like, what? This has been a spec. This has been a spec for like a year already. What is it still doing here? You know?
It is kind of crazy. Just to remind everybody too, what we have coming out with in terms of Marvel. Again, March 19th is Falcon and Winter Soldier. That leads right into May 7th, which is Black Widow, which leads into June 11th. You got Loki. Then they don't have a date yet, but it follows soon after is a What If series.
What If?
It's an animated series, and that's, I mean, if you don't know what If is, you know, those are some amazing books to read, giving different scenarios on like what if, you know, actually Jane Foster was Thor. That's where it first came from. But it's endless. The possibilities are endless. But on top of that, you know, on top of Black Widow, theatrical release is Shang-Chi. This year alone, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man 3. It's an amazing time to be a fan, guys. Guys, please post your questions. We have answers, maybe. So feel free. Chris, what are you looking forward to in the next week or two?
Wow. I mean, I'm thinking comics and shows. Nothing for me tops more than 1 week from today watching the first episode of Winter Soldier. I just can't wait. I mean, I actually been reading a lot more lately on a day-to-day basis, which is good. So personally, I've been incorporating more independent reading into my daily reads and whatnot. I'm still trying to keep up on all the future state stuff, which I've been for the most part enjoying. But like, even with all of that, I'm just so, like I said, I'm like a dope fiend right now with this MCU stuff. It's just, I'm telling you, man, just give me my Fridays. Give me my Fridays and let me be.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I'm loving the High Republic. I'm loving what they're doing with it. That's some good shit right there. Absolutely.
The IDW run, man, is dope too, right? Isn't
that's
it?
what this is. Yeah, that's this one.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
It's bad. Actually, I think it's better than the High Republic. Yeah.
I was
anyway,
saying
so
that
Primetime Treasure Hunter, Mr. Dominic himself has a good question. How do you all take back cover quality into account when grading? Do you apply Overstreet front cover criteria to the back, even though it's not as important since it is not the front facing display? I think
Absolutely.
it is. It's just as important.
Yep.
It's just as important.
That's why, and I always say too, it's like people post, like, because I'm in the Facebook groups and they post like, hey guys, what's the grade on this book? I'm like, take it out of the bag, please.
Yeah.
You know, or they just take a picture of the cover. And it's like, now the thing to recognize though, here's the thing to recognize. When you're handling a book, usually, and this is more often than not, it's not always the case, but normal handling of a book, the front cover will usually have more wear than the back. So if you look at this Batman, and I'm not going to show you guys up close, but you know, it's got what I call finger crinkles all throughout. And it's got that missing piece from the top. The edge down here is blunted, and you know, you got the spine ticks running through it. But if you look at this back cover, the bottom corners of and it's got some crinkling, but if I press this book, this back cover will look almost perfect. Because again, when you're handling a book, every page you turn, it's like you're probably grabbing the front cover, you're handling it. So, but still though, to Jeff's point, every piece of the book matters equally. If you have a color breaking crease going through the front cover right here or right here, and it's on one side or the other, if I'm doing a grading, I'm going to grade that crease the same, no matter if it's on the back cover or the front cover. And also remember, there's probably like 24 to 28 pages inside the book that you need to take into consideration, which many people don't.
Well, it's hard because eBay is, you know, a lot of people buy on eBay and you don't have that many, people don't offer up that many pictures, but do not buy a book on eBay without having a picture of the back cover. You see a lot of people that are posting pictures of the books that they're selling and it's only just the front cover. And it's like, guys, the back is just as important as the front. You will, I mean, you got spine ticks aren't on the front, but they could be on the back. You got creases that could be on, you know, a whole, you know, color breaks. It's a whole thing. You absolutely have to factor that in.
Yeah, when I press my books, man, I treat the back cover as I do the front, man. It matters. You know, it totally matters. I make sure that I do my thing. I have my little recipe. I know Chris has his little recipe. I got you. I know you got yours too, Jeff. But it matters because I'll tell you what, man. I have a 9.6, you know, UF4, and I got tagged because the staple on the back was coming out. Kind of made a rub on it, you know. But I was lucky to get a 9.6, and I already knew it was coming. You know, like they grade those books hard, but just to say, man, the back cover means just as much as the front, right? So
yeah, definitely. No,
and especially if the back cover is black, that can really change the game because you get one little blemish on a black back cover, just like if it was a black front cover. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the first Afro was that Darth Vader #2, or what is it? The first Dr. Afro.
Darth Vader 3.
Darth Vader 3. What matters on that cover is the back, because that whole back is black, you know? Yep. So when I look at that book, I don't look at the front. I look at the back because I want to make sure that there is no ticks on that back, because it color breaking ticks is you're not going to get a high grade on that, you know, because of that. It's
not only the ticks, it's also the color rub too. That thing comes off really easily, especially because it's an all black back. So you have a question, Ian, directed straight towards you.
Oh.
What was Nerd Herd's first video from Simply Chellix?
So our first video was us like just on Zoom, taped, opening up a torpedo box that, well, you know, the grand prize was a 181, and we had, I mean, I hate to say it on air, but the boxes sucked, but it was the best, man. You know, we just kind of went around a round circle and we just went all out, and I put some music in there that got copyrighted, so it don't even count, you know. But but I leave it on there, man, because it was like it was fun, man. You know, it was a great time, dude. You know, so that was our first video with the boys at Team Nerd Herd. So
that's a fun one. That I feel like that was the beginning of COVID. People just started going straight to boxes, right? And the mystery boxes became huge. That's where I feel like that it just blew up. All right, Como comments. You guys seen the jump in Captain America Volume 5, Number 6? It's way up. I believe that's the first appearance of the Winter Soldier, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What do we have coming out next Friday, guys?
I know, right?
It's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like I slept on it, man. You know, so I'm not sleeping on these other ones, dude. Like, you know.
No, I mean that was what number is that? It's Captain America 300, the one you have there. I mean that's
333. Yeah,
that's a nice book to be picking up. So, by the way, Spine Tick started their channel with mystery boxes as well.
Yeah, nice.
I don't see many people doing many mystery boxes, like opening them up anymore. Anyways, it's a follow-up question from Dominic here. I guess I'm just saying that if you are mostly concerned with displaying your book, you would be more accepting of a flaw on the back than the front. But I see what you mean about grading it at the same time. But as collectors, you want the thing to be in mint condition. You want that thing to be kind of, excuse me, I just burped, perfect all the way around. So that's what it comes down to. Like, I would not buy a book. I would not buy a book, even a brand new book that had no kind of spec value or anything. I would not buy a book that had a rip of the back cover, like just at the corner or anything. That I would prefer to pick up the book that's fully intact.
Yeah, because you never know, just in case, right? Like, you just never know. You want that to be as best condition as it can be.
Well, yeah, I'll use my Amazing Spider-Man 129 First Punisher as an example. It's a 3.0, but it was CGC graded 3.0. I bought it graded, but I bought that one because of how it presented. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not a stickler for 9.8s or high grades all the time, especially for key books. Look, I would rather spend something in my budget instead of spend a couple $1,000s, spend a few $100s or whatnot. So I bought a 3.0, but I have my standard of what I accept in terms of how a cover presents. So to Dom's point is that regardless of the grade itself or where the defects may be, for me, if it's a 3.0, but the cover presents, I'm telling you, that cover on my 3.0 presents like a 5.0, and that's why I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. You're going to want as perfect as a piece of this art as possible. And this is going to sound ridiculous, but you wouldn't buy the Mona Lisa if, again, it had a tear down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I value all these books. Like I definitely, take care of them, and it even comes from the start of pulling them off the shelf. You look at them. You're going to take the better version, the one that's in better condition than the other one. So, anyways, Anyways. So it looks like the questions are winding down, which means it looks like our show is going to be winding down. Ian, man, we cannot thank you enough for joining. It's been an absolute blast talking to you, talking about Team Nerd Herd. Guys, follow Ian and his boys down below. The link is down below. You have to follow him. But also, Ian, we got to follow you at, I got it, Hood Rat Comics, one of the best names in the game right there. Hood Rat Comics on Instagram. Ian, absolute pleasure. Any last words for this episode?
Oh, man, you guys are dope, man. And you guys are welcome to come on our show for our mail call show, man. Let's go. Let's have some fun, man. You guys are totally invited.
Be happy to. 100%. Chris and I love talking comic books. We love doing this thing, talking with the community. We have a blast doing it. Chris, any last words, thoughts, or anything from the show?
Yeah. Ian, again, thank you, man, for coming on today. Truly, truly appreciate it. I love the opportunity to keep, building these relations with folks in the community. So thank you. Oakland native, Oakland born
East
right
Bay.
here.
Hey, East Bay. No, we're East Bay, bro. We're all family in the East Bay.
Yes. But I do want to say, again, guys, 500 subscriber contest. Yes. All right. Video is on the channel. Go find it. See what you got to do. It's really easy to do that. That's one. Second, I will be doing my 5,000 subscriber contest on my YouTube. So be sure to keep an eye and ear out for that. And again, I mean, guys, just for being here every week, make sure, you help support the channel by being here. But, you could share with your friends, share on social media. We just continue to want to keep producing awesome shows for you guys. We're actually booking out special guests for weeks on out to make sure that we're bringing you guys awesome shows every single week. So again, I just thank you all for being here, man, for another amazing Friday. My favorite.
Yes. And Chris, everybody, let's applaud his internet.
Night of the week.
It's not Chris's fault. It's the internet. I will answer one more question here. Simply Chelex. Mystery boxes from us. I don't see that happening, Comic Book Canon. I cannot speak for Nerd Herd. Ian, if you want to answer that.
Let me talk to the boys, maybe, maybe we'll just give a mystery box out as a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
There you go. That's the way to do
there
it.
You go.
Yep. If we were ever to do a mystery box, it would be as a giveaway.
It would be a giveaway from us too.
That's a very good call right there.
I'll tell you right now, if we get 1,000 subs, because we're maybe 200 off, we'll do a mystery box giveaway, man, at 1,000, bro, for sure.
That's a good call. And I hope it seems like you got a few subs from this channel. Thank you all for subbing, but not all of you have. So please sub down below. Team Nerd Herd, the link is down below. Sub to us and enter that 500 sub giveaway. That link is below as well. Guys, again, thank you so much each and every week for being with us. We are truly appreciative of being able to kind of just talk comic books with you. It's what we love to do, what we love to talk about. We love doing it with you. We will be back again next week. I do believe it's Economics and Comics is our guest, Chris. Is that correct?
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Economics and Comics next Friday.
Sick? Is that Sick, bro? Sick's coming on? Damn. I'm going to watch that for sure, bro.
We hope you do. Awesome. We hope you do. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific every Friday night. Guys, please have an excellent week. Don't forget to tag us on your Fresh from the Comic Shops at Comic Book Canon. I'm going to bring that up one more time. We will be happy to share your fresh gets each and every week. Until then, everybody, have a great week. Be safe and just be you. Have fun. Love you all. Peace.